The atmosphere at the Bojangles Coliseum, the legendary old barn on Independence Boulevard, was electric. For one night only, the Charlotte Hornets had returned to their original home for a throwback classic against the Sacramento Kings. The vintage teal and purple floor gleamed under the retro lights, but for the Kings, the night was anything but a classic. By the third quarter, the game had devolved into a nightmare for Sacramento. Led by a relentless offensive barrage, the Hornets were up by 42 points. The scoreboard read a staggering 134-92. Every time a Kings player touched the ball, the intimate, raucous crowd at the Biscuit made them feel the weight of the deficit. Russell Westbrook, now wearing the Kings' purple and gray, was having a difficult night as he stepped to the free throw line after a hard foul. A group of fans in the front row began a synchronized chant that echoed through the domed ceiling. Russell Westbrook, Russell Westbrook. Westbrook froze, his jaw tightening. He missed the first free throw. The chanting grew deafening. After the second shot clanked off the rim, a fan yelled a particularly biting comment about his shooting percentage. It was the final straw. Westbrook turned, his eyes flashing with a familiar fiery intensity. He didn't just shout back. He made a move for the guardrail, intent on confronting the hecklers in the stands. The arena held its breath as the veteran guard prepared to leap into the crowd. Fortunately, the front row wasn't just occupied by rowdy fans. A group of Carolina Panthers, including Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, and Ika Mekwanu, were courtside enjoying the game. As Westbrook lunged forward, the massive frame of Derek Brown stepped into his path. The Pro Bowl defensive tackle didn't use force. He simply stood like a brick wall, placing a steadying hand on Westbrook's chest. "Not tonight, Russ," Brown said calmly but firmly. J.C. Horn stepped in beside him, talking Westbrook down as security swarmed the area. The veteran guard, realizing he was staring down 320 pounds of NFL muscle, finally exhaled, his shoulders slumping as his teammates pulled him back toward the bench. Once the final buzzer sounded, the tension took a surreal turn. In a display of ultimate surrender, the Sacramento Kings players walked toward the Hornets' locker room. Leading the pack was De'Aaron Fox, jokingly waving a white training towel like a flag of truce. Inside the locker room, the rivalry evaporated. In true Charlotte fashion, several massive catering boxes from Bojangles had been delivered. Hornets and Kings players sat side by side on equipment trunks, swapping stories and devouring Cajun filet biscuits and seasoned fries. Laughter replaced the box score bitterness. Even the Kings coaching staff couldn't resist the Bowberry biscuits. While his teammates were finding common ground over fried chicken, Russell Westbrook was notably absent. Under the advice of team doctors and league officials, he was escorted out a side exit of the Coliseum. He was driven directly to the Atrium Health Carolinas Medical Center for a standard mental health evaluation. The team released a brief statement noting that the intensity of the season and the evening's events required a moment of reflection and professional support for the future Hall of Famer. As the lights dimmed at the Bojangles Coliseum, the smell of biscuits lingered in the air, a bizarre, legendary end to a night Charlotte fans would never forget.